stupid emote wall. How could you go breaking on me? I'm going to give this another quick test here before we really get going. Let me throw a couple more out there. Hey, oh no, now it's back. So it's apparently broken on my BRB screen. Good to know. Thanks OBS, that's a big help. So welcome back to SnowRunner. For anyone who tuned in last time, who was excited to see I finally finished Amur and I moved on to the Dawn region. It took me 4 days to finish Dawn. It was so easy in comparison to Amur that I've already blown past it. We have moved all the way into Maine now. Maine, they've introduced a whole bunch of really cool new mechanics and tricks and changes that actually force you to play the game differently, which has been very, very cool. So I am plowing my way through that. Most of what makes it really unique as opposed to all of the other regions, I've mostly got finished up now, but not entirely. There's still one extra, we'll call it infrastructure repair that I have to do in order to get that running. But right now, I am kind of into the heart of doing the regular task cycle. That's the standard part of the game. Let's see, what should I move on to first? Let me bring up the game. Let's go ahead and get started with that. Flip counter is ready for me. So one of the standard contracts is I've gotten the gas station working. So truck is all fueled up. I am good to go on this count. I got a little damage on it, but that's okay. No, little damage never hurt anybody, you know, except for the damage part. I believe where I last left off was I am working on a mission called Big Loss. Someone managed a warehouse, but let's see, they store cargo before it's sent to the pier, and it got washed out. So apparently what has happened in Maine is that there was a kind of a big flooding scenario that happened. Map number 2, there's actually this cool mud flow. I had to do one mission to move a felled power tower out of the way so you could actually drive up the mud flow. It's supposed to make getting around that map easier. I found it questionable because I found a path up the snow through the trees that I think is actually easier than going up the mud flow. But anyway, that's the story behind how Maine has gotten the way it is. So there is a lot of water on this map. They did a lot of very cool changes to the way that they work, kind of how their graphics are set up, a lot of the models that they used. So there are a lot of very cool kind of marina action going on out here. There's this delightful little bridge over here. I think it's actually what they use in the loading screen. I exposed one of the towers over here that was really hard to get to, unlike normal. And it tells me that there is an upgrade out here on this island that's really well separated from everything else except maybe by a slightly underwater bridge over here. I haven't been out to check this guy out yet. I may get to it. I have driven out to this point here, discovered that there's a rock fall, so you couldn't get to this connecting road up here. Let's see, there was also a rock fall right here that blocked it off. So the road along here, all the way up this river line with another rock wall here right above the garage where you start, but all the way up here to this gateway is only accessible through that gateway. And that gateway had a contract to repair it, clear more rubble that you could only get to from the other side, and you had to get over the mud flow in order to get to that one, unless you found the easy path through the trees. So I haven't done a whole lot of experimenting over here. Obviously, there's still one more tower. There is a rock slide right here that I couldn't get even the Tatarin through. So I'm guessing that this tower is probably accessible. Yeah, maybe you kind of follow this river up a little ways and then catch a path, something like that. I did notice that I believe right here there are some tracks that take off. They might actually squeeze through these trees and kind of work that way so you don't have to go through the river. Lots of things I got to check up on. This main region is not going to be done in just 4 days. I started it late Sunday, so yeah, I'd have to finish it tomorrow. And that ain't going to happen. If I check out the contracts, I've only got one of the garage contracts left. I haven't even started the sawmill yet. I'm not entirely clear. I think this is the sawmill that I'm going to have to rebuild kind of from the ground up. That one's definitely waiting. And then Yellow Rock is the second map. This first map was the lowland. So Yellow Rock, one of them was the fuel station repair mission. That's this one right here. They got this fixed. The other one was repairing gateway number 2. Access to Civilization is repairing gateway number 3 over here, which would actually be really convenient because this is the town. This is the pier where you have lots of stuff available here. Most of these other warehouses are kind of spread out all through different water locations. I haven't even been able to get to that one because the water crossing right here is deep. I may actually have to go call in the Zix to see if I can get through this. The mission I'm looking at right now called Big Loss. Apparently, I think the story goes that this warehouse up here, which for the record isn't a completely insane place to put a warehouse because there weren't even any prior existing roads. It's just sitting in this little patch that they carved out of a hill, and there's a very rough dirt road that kind of takes off in either direction. Never been paved, certainly not realistic for actually getting trucks to, but be that as it may. I think the story is that the water washed through here and then washed these 5 loads of cellulose out and have spread them all across this basin area here and this little farm up here wants the cellulose. So this is the one that I'm going to look at running out and picking up next because there's a whole bunch of little, maybe they're not exactly islands, but there's heaps of dirt out in the water. I think this is supposed to be a big flooded plain. So some of this water isn't too deep, some of it is. So I gotta do a little experimenting to see if I can go collect all 5 of these. I do have the right truck for it. I got a 5-slot flatbed. There are 5 hunks of cellulose, and the Taiga is working pretty well for me with the mud tires that it's got on. I have just fueled it up at this fuel stop, so it should be good there. If things go poorly, the Tatarin, it was really embarrassing. I managed to get stuck in some what should not have been that deep mud right next to this little pond here, so I had to pull the Tatarin over to pull the Azov out. I left it parked there. It should have enough gas that it could get over here and give me a quick refuel if I really need it. Otherwise, I got a whole mess of trucks and even a fuel trailer and everything kind of all sitting back over here, ready to come as backup. It's not that far to get to those. So, ooh, look at that. I have talked just long enough that the sun has actually come up in this godforsaken land. Beacons on for safety, and we're rolling. I've pre-built a little bit of nav course in order to get me to the first 2 bundles of cellulose. I've kind of driven back and forth past one of them a number of times because it's the most direct path for getting from the garage to gateway number 1. But I've never bothered to actually picking it up because you actually have to hop over a small ridge. There's been no call for doing that. So there's a building that you can pillage for steel beams. I'm sorry, metal beams. You'll actually need to do that in fairly short order because I think gateway number 3, you need 4 metal beams in order to clear it. And the other map, which is where you do the clear, has a metal fabrication facility that can make the metal beams, but then you gotta mess around with, provisioning it with metal rolls or whatever it wants. I haven't actually gotten up to check it out yet. I already managed to stick myself in this mud because I've been too busy talking and I missed the dry spot over here. Okay, there we go. Downshifting is the key. Slow that wheel spin down, get a little better grip. And I can slowly pull my way back out. Big mud tires in this truck help a lot. I did my regular routine. I brought out the Scout 800 in order to do my initial recon of the area. I tried getting to what turned out to be the really difficult to get to watchtower first. It's partially how I discovered how incredibly difficult it was going to be to get to. So it turns out there's actually one over, I think it's just on the other side of that other house over there. I was finally able to get to, so I got my first activity completion with the Scout. So it is now just hanging out at the garage, supervising the others. It was unable to make that crossing right there. The water was just too swift for it, and there's nothing to winch onto. This truck can do it, but I am going the other way to go find my cellulose. Ooh, this will speed things up. Especially as compared to Amur, none of the roads here are particularly, I gotta look over the winch. None of them are particularly tough per se, but there's definitely a lot of water. So there are a lot of points where it's kind of slow going as you're slogging through mud. And even with the best of the mud tires, it can still be a slog. So I've gone straight over to the house from here before, but I haven't gone out this way to see what kind of junk they've got built up. I'm hoping that this is just a shallow floodplain so that I don't have to do too much bogging. Let's see if I can go this way. Oh, okay, yes. Stick up close here. I wonder if I can reach that. That little dip in the ground there next to that rock worries me just a little bit. Perfect. Not as hard as Amur, but there is definitely no immunity to flipping on this map. I have done more than my fair share of it. And going to get off that rock. There you go. I have found there was one bit early on. Actually, the mission evolved as a little bit spoilery, so I'll try to be vague about it. But there is one mission where it turned out it was super convenient to use the twin steer for a change. So I bust that bad boy out, and holy crap, I forgot how easy that guy is to manage to put on his side. Hey, there you go. Thank you very much for your cellulose. That is number 1 aboard. I've been experimenting with a trick that's worked out really well. Probably won't need it for the cellulose because they're all small body stuff, but for some of the large body ones, if I unpack the cargo, spin the crane around, I can then push it farther back. And that'll let me use the crane to set things down on the near end of the platform. It's made it a lot easier to get stuff on there, and then I don't have to disconnect the trailer and drive around the side. Been having some fun working with that. That was nice and shallow. Oh, there was cellulose number 2. But like I said, with cellulose, especially because it looks so short, I don't think I will have any problem with it. I can just set one on top of the other, and when I do the pack, it'll move it to the next slot back for me. Some of them get really grousey if they require too many slots and you got them stacked up too high. What's going on here? I think it's actually caught. Yep, it was caught on my bumper. I tell you what, just because it was unexpected and, well, I guess I'll say entertaining, we'll let that one slide. So if I just set that down right there, I think I can unpack and repack. Yeah, it's happy with it. Okay. Hey, old bacon face! Welcome aboard the Truckin' Express. I made that name up. Yeah, trademark though. I am out wandering around the floodplain, collecting cellulose, as you do. Let's see, I mentioned earlier on, at the end of last Wednesday's, I completed Amur, moved on to the Don region of the Russian Federation, and it turns out Don was so easy as compared to Amur that I finished it in 4 days. So we have moved on to the glorious state of Maine, where I guess apparently what happened is they had a little bit of a water issue, a bunch of stuff is flooded out, and in this particular case, Mr. Farmer Guy had stored a bunch of cellulose up at this warehouse, and the waters came through, and they flushed all of his cellulose down to various locations in the water basin. So I got to go pick all of these up, take them back to the unloading point at the farm. This is actually one of the more straightforward missions that I've run so far. They've done all kinds of cool stuff with Maine and the way that the game works. The big one, without getting too spoilery about it, although at this point you're probably the only one watching, so we'll keep this between you and me. But they mess with the garage in this one. So you actually have to do a bunch of missions just to get the garage working. And I have it mostly functional now, but it won't automatically refuel and repair trucks when I do a recovery. So I got a bunch of extra repair trailers and fuel trailers lying around for that purpose right now. But when you first load into Maine, the garage does nothing. It has one bay that you can pull a truck out of storage into, and luckily I discovered you can recover your truck back to the garage in that one slot, say when you run out of gas, but it doesn't refuel it. So luckily I still had 10 liters or so of fuel, so I could pop out of the garage and drive around to the end where I had a fuel trailer set up. But luckily I got enough trucks out working now. I can configure them to my heart's content, so I've had a couple of rescue missions out. I have discovered this really weird logging truck because, you know, it's Maine. It allows you to pull short or medium log loads, and it has the log loading crane built onto it, so it's would have been super convenient on a whole bunch of different maps. This one maybe not so much. Although if it can pull a medium log trailer, which I bet it can, that automatically is going to make it a really useful truck. No, you have not missed the first roll of the night. I started a little early just because I spent most of my day fighting with the DMV, which, you know, means losing with the DMV. So I got here. I didn't feel like pretending to work for as long as I normally do. So I started up a little bit early, but there is no immunity to flipping on this map. Amur was hard and all about making your truck sideways at every opportunity. So I feel as though I'm doing a lot better on this map, but yeah, I got plenty of opportunities to go sideways. I mentioned earlier there was actually one mission where using the 4-slot twin steer truck actually was extremely useful in this one situation, and it is incredibly tip worthy. So I managed to put it sideways several times. Luckily, only once with the cargo on it. Would that damn tree let go of my trailer? I can see my cellulose right there. But this stupid tree is going to make... And I'm past the tree. What are you doing now? Okay. Now the trailer's past the tree. I'm just busy driving into a different one. That's perfectly fine. I don't think that even counts as anything. These two trees were asking for it. Maybe I'll only kill the one. I'm going to put out the anchor. Just because I don't trust myself or trucks or physics or this game. Trees are nature's cellulose. This is 100% true. I think the problem is that the bitchy farmer wanted his cellulose, not just any old cellulose I could come across. Because honestly, if that was the case, I'm mowing these stupid trees down all the time. I've probably got 4 loads of cellulose just trapped right up there in my wheel wells right now. Are we doing this again? Yep, we are. We're doing the thing where my front bumper actually hooks the lip of that pallet. My crane doesn't have quite enough strength to pick it up when it's fully extended, but that looks like it'll do. This tree, I don't think, just automatically keels over and dies for me, so I'm going to have to pay a little bit of attention to it. Oh, thank God. The HOA's leaf blowers are back right outside. I can feel them in my bones. Okay, 3 down, 2 to go. Now this is where things are going to get a little exciting, because this is where we get some active river. My scout vehicles can't make it through here because there's a little too much mud and there's a little too much current. But this truck, with this trailer, with a heavier load, has made it through all of them, all the way back into the cute little town. So I have faith. I have no confidence, but I got faith. Let's see if I can do this, get around this tree, because that's a mean tree. There we go. Screw you, mean tree. That tree died. Thank you for your service. I'm going to take at least one of these with me. There we go. We're cooking. I'm a little lower on fuel than I would like to be, but, you know, it's nice to like things. I do have the Tataran on relative standby. What I haven't tried. This is totally safe. Do this at home, kids. Let me see if I go into high torque gear. I wonder if that'll help me with this at all. Yeah, it's helping a little bit. This is definitely slow going through here. Okay, it's still churning. Ooh, property management used relatively quiet electric leaf blowers this fall once before switching back to gas-powered noise machines that blow leaves as an incidental side effect. Yeah. I have witnessed them run around and blow all the leaves from all the houses here into delightful piles in the street, but then I've never seen them actually deal with those piles in the street. Prior years, when they used a different company, they would then drive the giant vacuum trucks around and suck them all up, which, while insanely loud, was also entertaining because, you know, more trucks. But this year, I don't know if... It sounds like maybe they're making a second pass. Maybe they've got the... Instead of the leaf blowers, they've got the leaf suckers, the mulchers built in, and they mulch them to infinitely small paste and release it into the atmosphere. This is all guessing on my part. I don't know what it is. I just know that it makes noise a lot. And is generally pretty ineffective. Oh, there's more cellulose right down there. I just got to figure out how in the hell to get to it. That looks almost like a road at the bottom of that brick wall. That looks like a bad plan, though. So we're doing it. Good thing you got that safety rail there. Yeah, I know. Well, I got part of a safety rail on the other side, too. For part of safety. Oops, that was a little lower gearing than I wanted to go. So, yeah, look at that. There is dirt. There are dirt tracks going that way. Okay, here is a super pro tip that, honestly, I didn't really learn it from this game, but I did learn it from American Trucking Simulator. Sometimes you're going to do stuff that's so dumb, you just need to leave the trailer behind. I'm going to run out here just to pick up one load of cellulose. I can just drag its ass behind me with the crane on the truck. I don't need to punish the trailer through all of this. Because that's how you end up putting all your cellulose right back in the water. Now, to be fair, I'm probably going to put this truck sideways. So I've got the stream deck ready to go. Button clear for the pushing. Oh, that hurt. That hurt, but only a tiny bit. I will take 1 point of fuel tank damage. What I would like better is not being forever stuck on this rock. Oh, did I let go? Oh, I shouldn't have let go of that. Okay. Slightly modified pan. Maybe if I'm a little lower on this rock, it'll be easier. Yeah, there we go. Piece of cake. Look at that. Just like real world trucking. You just throw a winch wherever and off you go. Oh, you damn trees. Hey, look at that. This is where the cellulose lives, in its natural habitat. Oops. 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 Okay. Excuse me, rocks. Pardon me, rocks. Don't back into the river, please. Thank you. That's a big help. Okay. Oh, okay. That tree can go wherever it likes. It's earned it. Okay. Don't nobody move. We are picking up cellulose. This is prime grade cellulose, by the way. Except no substitutes. Okay, I gotta go backwards because I'm facing the wrong way. Let's just rest you right there. Nothing could ever go wrong right there. Oh, I'm so gonna put this sideways. That's okay. I wasn't using that part of the gas tank anyway. That part was already empty. I've already used 200 liters, so I'm just going to do all my damage to the top of the tank first. See, it wants to trick me into going down there right along the water line. So it says, look how clear of debris I am down here. Nothing could ever go wrong. But I know better. I've played this game before. Okay, step one. Set that over there. Because step two, yeah, I'm going to need a little winching action. Ooh, hey, that higher one is available. Can I reach it with that? No, not quite with the body one, but that's okay. I'll winch off the nose, because I don't have to go far. Give me a little more help here. There we go. That's actually not what I wanted, but that's okay. I was going to have to spin the crane anyway to pick the cellulose back up. And I tell you what, this time around we are just going to literally drag it through the mud. I got to pick up the anchor. I'm not going to waste everybody's time actually trying to set that up there on the saddle. Because the moment I got a winch again, it's just going to go all wonky anyway, so... I'm sorry, sir. Your cellulose was muddy when I found it. Now, please pay me for the delivery. That's how this game works. Along with, I would love to help you with your problem, but not right now. So I told this guy I would grab his stupid cellulose a while ago. Okay. Now, I'm going to need your cellulose to get out of my way so I can get reconnected to this trailer. Okay. Fine. We'll do it your way then. Off to the side. Oops, I gotta steer the right direction. I store the wrong direction. I'm sorry, stored. I forgot my past tense of steer there for a moment. Attach trailer. That's a lot of loose cable. I don't need that much slack in the line, son. Oh, I also need to connect it to the cellulose. Flipsy doodle. And we'll just set you right there. Restore the crane. Unpack, repack. And 4 out of 5. Dentists approve. Ooh. How did you get over there? More importantly, how do I get over there? Okay, that has a whole bunch of railing in the way. That tells me I'm going to get myself in some serious trouble if I try working my way down along that rail and then around the edge of the island. So instead, I'm going to come down here, because this is a pretty standard access point for me. Coming up this road. We are going to dump the trailer again. Let's see, sometimes my leaf mold allergies don't bother me much, so I appreciate people aerosolizing it to ensure I don't miss out. Yep, that is how that works. That's how it works for my wife. She's allergic to allergies, I think. Technically, I'm allergic to kind of everything, but it mainly manifests as just incessant sneezing. So it bothers other people far more than it bothers me. Oh, hey, you know what? This was almost not even painful to have to do it this way. Pull up this draw where things are kind of level. I'm going to bash into that tree just so it knows who's boss. This should be an easier spot for me to get turned around in. I would like to get it up off the ground a little bit. Not that it isn't fun to back into it so that it makes your stupid truck go physics crazy and start hopping around. You get that boom back down a little bit so that physics doesn't make you angry. Their claim to fame in this game is all of the physics modeling they do, which models various versions of physics remarkably well. Sometimes not actual physics, but, you know, game physics, certainly. So you gotta learn to work within the rules. Like, you can lean almost as far over as you want, no problem, but the moment you hit a little 3-inch rock, it makes the entire truck bounce 1.5 feet up in the air, and when you land, that's when the falling over physics really kicks in. Falling over physics is for losers. Reconnect. Oops. Lift. Interesting. Connecting the trailer actually makes me disconnect the winch. Unpack. Repacks. Restore crane. And if I'm not mistaken, Captain Farmer is just up this other side of the dirt. I should have enough fuel to make it. I might need a fuel rescue in order to get back out of here. That's okay. I got fuel vehicles around. Get the money. There is a nice little warehouse right over there. Unfortunately, it has a permanently broken bridge. There is no contract to repair it. It's going to stay that way the rest of the game. So there is a slightly harrowing water crossing right down there. Luckily, I don't have to do that right now. Honk honk. I found your cellulose. That'll be $10,000. Oh, are you really going to make me manually unload this? Because I got nothing better to do with my time. Oh, whew. Okay. I can't auto-load. No, wait. Oh! You are a filthy monster. You are going to make me manually set it up there. Okay. Fine. Playing in hard mode, auto-unloading like that, you actually have to pay for, so most of your hardcore players always manually unload stuff. But, you know, what about me says hardcore? That seems... I'm sure that seems close enough. Shorten it up so that you will drag. Hey, guess what? Your cellulose is upside down. I like them apples. Come this way. Come this way. Now go this way. Let's see how close that is. Cargo will be 4 available. Hey, it actually is. It actually was cool with all of those. Okay, well that's something. And then with those out of the way, my targeting reticle can now see this last bit of cellulose. Not to be confused with cellulite. That is a whole different game. Oops. Let's see, can I line you up a little bit better over there? That looks good. Let me restore the crane. Let me stop the engine. Save a tiny bit of fuel. Woo! Nico! Just in time for me to complete salvaging cellulose. You know, every trucker's dream. Okay, I got those turned back off correctly. Thank you for the drive-by. Thank you for the lurk. And of course, Old Bacon Face. Thank you for the horns. Let's see what you get. Oh. It's the little European tram horn. Which is at least better than the regular old car horn. Which is what they put on this truck. Dumb thing. Let's see. Great, thank you. The cargo is a little wet, but it's okay. We'll dry it up. That's right, you will. And $5,200. That's all I got for that. Oh, got to save the battery. Turn off those headlights. So let's see. What have we got? There's. Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of stuff up there that I haven't gotten to yet. That one I'm going to need to do a little scouting, because I think that stuff you get to by going to the other map coming out this gateway. That's one of the 2 that I've now unlocked. And then there's some way you kind of cut across here, because this road up has a landslide right there. And it seems that their goal for this map has been to block off, you know, basically the entire left 1/3 of the map, so that you have to go through map number 2 to get to it. Until you can do so in order to get to the tasks to clear these blockages that only exist on the blocked side, so that you have to put in the work to get over there to try them. So maybe it's time to send the Tatarin over, because there's a flatbed down here by the pier, a scout flatbed, with some consumables on it that need to be delivered way up there, that I can actually now get to without having to go to the other map, because I did clear, yeah, there was a rockfall right here. I've cleared that one, so I can actually get up the hill, up on top of this plateau, drive a long way around the plateau, and Bob is your uncle over here. That's actually still faster than coming all the way up to this gateway, here, driving across on the other map to get to this gateway, and then looping around. So, let's see, the Tatarin's sitting up here. It's actually, since there's so much pavement involved, it probably is easier. To stick to going the same map route. Okay, so we are going to let the Taiga rest for a minute. We are going to do a little more map exploring. I'm going to set him up. So I'm going to buzz him by the fuel station that I've got working. That'll help. And then he is going to charge up here. He's going to follow this road around. I want to be sure to mark out some of this stuff, because this gets pretty muddy, sloppy up here, and it's not difficult to lose track of which bit of road I want to follow. Let me try branching right here. That might get me where I need to go. Oops, I didn't mean to clear that. I meant to select you. So yeah, I got someone stuck in that mud right behind me. So he's just been hanging out waiting. Headlights for safety, beacons for safety. For those who have been cross-stream aware, after my American Truck Simulator Convoy stream, I made enough money off of that I was able to not only upgrade my engine and transmission, so maybe I can keep up with everybody else a little bit better next time around. I was also able to afford beacons on top, so now I can also be safe. And hopefully that family of 6 that I murdered in this sedan might not have to die in the heart of, where were we, California last time? It was a sad day on the truck and simulator circuit. But it made for a really good clip, so I can't wait for my next Miss Moon's stream shout out where it finally picks that one up. Oop, the snow's a little deep. Tuck it in a little tight. This path through here is kind of an interesting one. It's real easy to make this pass through the first few times you try, but as you churn that mud up, it actually gets deeper and thicker and nastier, and eventually after about the 3rd or 4th pass, every truck I've got, I have to winch to get through there anymore. That seems to behave a little different than most of their earlier maps. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Hang on. Okay, fortunately, I've got repair stuff. Most importantly, I got a spare tire to put on. All the stumps and rocks and trees are always in the way in this game, but it's these damn guardrails that do the most damage to me. You brush one sideways, and I'm totally cool with the notion that, you know, maybe you pop a tire or something, but oh my god, that was half of my suspension just got shredded off the truck. Oh, wait a second. That nice little red glow there tells me that apparently I've already used my roof rack. I must have refueled somebody else. There we go. Now we're fully refueled, ready to go on our little exploration. There's a nice church over there and a lot of foggy stuff that has no detail right now. In part because it's foggy, and in part because I am playing on Switch, so the draw distance only goes so far. Playing this on a workhorse PC with the full hardcore 4K going would be pretty nice. Pointless for streaming since I am limited. I think I can only stream out in 720p. I can do the capture in regular HD, but I think I can only stream in 720. I have to be a better affiliate or a longer term affiliate, or I have to remember to flip a couple extra switches. I don't know what it is I have to do, but I know regular HD is the best that I can do. And you know, just between you and me, let's be serious, I'm not making partner. I think you have to average 75 concurrent viewers. And early on, I had a stretch of over, I think it has to be over a 30-day window. Mine was like over a stretch of 15 days. I was actually averaging 20 some, but that's back when I was one of the cool, fresh, new, hip kids. Now I'm back to just being a regular old man. So I get all of my favorite people who show up. Let me make a quick check. Okay, yep, everyone's got VIPs so far, because it's super important. What does it really mean? It means that you could post links to porn without pre-approval, I guess. That's what you really want to do. Jerks. I didn't catch the murder spree live. But the clip was memorable. Okay, yes, that's very good. Watching the back, it was 100% me clipping that interior guardrail. I just didn't see it. when I was initially playing. So, you know, it was just like real life. But on playback, yep, it was in fact there. It's not a common feature, so that's why I guess I wasn't really looking for it there. I did notice, as we were rumbling through Portland later on, there is a stretch of the interstate here, right where I-84 meets up with I-5, where in order to keep down the headlight glare, they have the ton of those green vertical fins built up on top of the center barricade. They actually modeled that in Truck Simulator. And it's one of the only places in that game where I've seen them do that. That was kind of cool and thoughtful of them. The other fun part is the way that they model the light rail, the MAX line, so that when I leave my Portland garage, the first thing I do is I got to make 2 left turns, and then inevitably, because it spawns the train at the same time it spawns me, I then have to sit and I got to wait for the stupid train to go by. So it's actually just like real life. Where they put my garage is where the cell phone parking lot for the airport actually is. So I have spent a bunch of time waiting on that stupid train. Now you want to post links to the wiki page for porn. Oh, meta porn. But it also seems like a lot of work for not much of a joke. Yeah, well, especially if, well, I got a couple of people out there theoretically watching now. Oh crap, I wasn't paying attention. The road here in the middle is actually some kind of nasty thick stuff. I've been driving around by going high side over there. The Tatterin can make it. The Taiga and the big Azov that I was trying, neither one of those could make it through there. I had to use that pole to winch myself backwards and then drive around. So here I am, not really paying attention, you know, just like real life driving, again. Unfortunately, I'm trying to do a small amount of remembering what I'm doing in the first place, which is unlike real life driving, where I can never remember where I'm going, you know, between stoplights. Could have been grocery store, could be something like a Target, could be Sunday driving. I don't know what I'm doing. That could be real life or this game, I suppose, really. Looks like my microphone volume settings. Yep, okay, they've stuck around. ATS stream, I was really quiet for some reason, and I don't know why, but I went in and I fiddled, so I'm actually quite a bit louder now than I was before. So hopefully on ATS, I will probably be an average volume again. I would probably stream that again if we do another convoy day. It's probably a little too boring for me to try streaming solo though. Because, you know, it's basically just driving a truck around with very little chance of getting upside down. Is the Truck Simulator map compressed relative to the real world? Yes, it is. I did wonder about that when I first started playing, because all of the measurements and all of the times that it shows you are real world measurements and drive times. But then you notice as you drive that time and distance are actually compressed by a pretty significant amount. So something that it tells you is going to be a 10-hour drive takes 25 minutes, I think, to get through. Okay, I'm at the turnoff. Because yeah, all of the user interface for selecting jobs and on your GPS tracker when you're, you know, driving in the truck and everything, all love to tell you that it's only this many hours to go. There is one game out there, kind of intended as a joke, but it's like it's a bus simulator, but it is all in real time. And I think to win the game, you actually end up having to do like 30 hours worth of driving. And I guess that's the joke. Anyone with that level of perseverance or dumbness is the funny. You know what? This truck hates water, but we're going to risk it. Wait, did I run out of... Oh, I did run out of checkpoints already. Whoa, what's that up there? Oh man, there's some... Oh man, there's a thing over here. Oh crap. Okay, that might make it inaccessible. That looks like road from the other side. Oh boy, you know what? I'm going to take a gamble. Because that's what streaming is all about, is the gambling. I'm going to see just about continuing on up this draw here. So it's somewhere on top of that big rock. Oh, okay, I see the building up there now. So I can't just drive there. Oh, it's tempting up there. I am going to go ahead and kind of work my way around. Because if I can hit the watchtower down this way... nope, I see yellow. I see yellow, so we have to go this way now. What the hell? Is that balloons? Oh my god, is this a party? I gotta take my hands. Can you imagine? I was transporting some oil barrels, but I didn't secure them properly. So they all fell into the river and floated downstream. Down here, we all float. Please help us fish them out and bring them here before they spill. It's the house from Up at the very, very early on in the movie. Yes, I would be more than happy to help you with your oil spill problem later. What? This is... I feel like this is a horror game now. And I think they're going to be a jerk. And when I get here, they're going to make me unload all of them manually, and probably only one, maybe two at a time are going to fit on that little platform. Can you get a bounty for reporting them to the EPA? Oh, that's right. We're actually not in Russia for a change, so I should be able to. Well, where does it look like I need to go? I think I need to go this-ish way. Pop out down here somewhere. I think that's the house that I need to get the little scout trailer to one of these days. We'll get around to that. That one very distinctly fell into the I'd be happy to help but not now category. Because at the time I accepted that mission, it was impossible to get up here. Now it is super possible. I got a bad feeling about this. This feels like it's designed to be one of those scout-only routes. I don't know just how you're going to go about bending a truck with an attached trailer around that. Oh, hey, this is a logging camp. Hooray, my favorite logging missions. What do you got here? Ooh, 12 wooden planks lying around. That is good to know, though. Oh, this is a new delivery for this map. Long planks. Oh, and medium planks. I guess just the old school wooden planks must be short planks, implicitly. So if that yellow is planks, then this yellow over here must be the logs. Long, medium, and short. Okay. That's all good stuff. So, oh man, that's a big ball just sitting over there. Let me go check him out. Because I think that's a destination I'm going to need to get to. And then we're going to rumble up to that point. Where am I going? Where's my... Okay, there's my blue. I got a few things I gotta go investigate. Part of me says if I just race up to that tower, I'll expose everything and it'll be a piece of cake, but I'm also kind of concerned that just racing up to that tower may not be just that simple. This isn't even a real place. This is an observation deck. Who's screwing with me here, man? Oh, all right. You're just too intriguing looking. I'm going to come check you out. And then I'm calling the EPA about the party house. Actually, I'm just going to call the HOA and report them for their party. And then I'm going to let the HOA report them to the EPA for the fuel spill. That way my hands are clean. The way I'd say that, you'd almost think I've had to deal with that kind of nonsense in an HOA situation before. What? Who the hell has neon signs out on a building up here that is otherwise totally inaccessible? What are you? In a parking lot with a car? The mistakes of others. Okay. Okay, this is into... Oh, damn it. I stopped the truck and I had rolled back off of the marker. There we go. Oh, what do we have? The mistakes of others. Hi! Here's the deal. We had some radioactive material. Oh God, this is not starting well. We had some radioactive material coming in for science experiments. Naturally, somebody made a mistake, so the stuff got dropped into the river and scattered all over. Oh God. Oh God, I've been in this river. Will you help us collect it? A button, absolutely. B button, not right now. I do notice they're going to pay me 14 grand for recovering their nonsense, though. What is this? The Big Bang Observatory. That is pretty cool. I like that. It doesn't explain why, well, okay, it explains why it's up here on the ridge line, and there's nothing around, so it's probably nice and dark all the time. So that's good of them. And then, was there... Ah, there's my garage down there, and it's all pretty with all of the neon from all of the repairs that I have done. Let me plot my way back up. I'm going to plot it up to here. That looks good. The other thing I want to do... Oh, yeah, there's this mission. Very strange things. That is not the house I was looking for. Delivery from the pier. Goes someplace I was not looking. Big mistake. Yeah, okay, big mistake is up here. Oh, they didn't want to go to the party house. Nope, that's... Small order. Small order is the one. This is the one I'm looking for. That's the one with the house that I need to get this little trailer to. It's just right up here. So I tell you what, let me put that there. Let me put that there so I can discover the house. I do need to come up here to see if there is a mission to clear that rock fall. Okay, we're rolling again. Can you put on a denim jacket and walk around looking at all the vehicles you've collected at the garage? Well, at the moment, yes, you can, because I've got almost all of mine parked outside. And you could go look at it naked if you want to. I mean, you're a VIP, do what you want. One of these days, we'll get a big fancy all-map access multiplayer game going with Bardic. Dan Servo has picked up this game so that he can be involved with it, but he's been a little cowed by getting stuck in the mud. I think he's had too many real-world flashbacks or something, so we have to ease him through it a little bit more first. In fact, Bardic and I have a few games all set up for those days when Bullman has something better to do. We're working on getting some more multiplayer stuff all put together. Although I'm going to be honest here, I'm a little disappointed that last Sunday we didn't come back to finish up his interactive story some more. It's like sometimes he gets busy and has things to do or some nonsense like that. But clearly, you and me, old bacon face, we got nothing else to do, so it's nice that you're here. Oh, hey, I see a little house over here. I'm making a beeline for it. I'm even going to drive over some snow. I was so hoping that I was never going to have to see snow again in this stupid game, but there's a little bit. It's not the worst. Ooh, North Landslide. This is the one I want. Whoa, the path in the woods is blocked as well. I'll help you clear it if you help me first. Okay, so what do you want? What do you want? One long plank. Seems like that's not asking for much. Except for the small fact that this vehicle is incapable of doing any cargo delivery. Oops, no, I gotta go over here. I actually have to accept it. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm also not going to take very long to do it. Oh, I've got that mission where I need a scout to drag the scout trailer up to that other yellow, but I think he's going to keep that trailer, so I'm going to keep that in mind. So I don't need to drive up there anymore, but I am going to need to find a way to get up there. And for that, I don't see a road just happening, so I've got the right vehicle for this. Okay, driving through. Oh, look at that. The tower is just right there. How hard could it be, right? This truck is all about just kind of pointing it that way and going. And I tell you what, if I go around just a little bit, might be just a hair safer for everybody. This tree can suck it, though. The tree's going to prevent me from turning. Oh, okay. That's a little harder than I was expecting. Okay, I don't think I can just drive straight up that, so we may need to find a way around the back. As soon as stop. What? No one is asking you to pivot. Just go. Thank you. Oh, and imagine my surprise. Here we are, driving around, SnowRunner. Need to find my way through the forest, and it's dark. At least I'm close enough that I get this grayscale view. Wow. How do you get up there? 'Cause that's all nasty rock face. I don't know if I need to come around, swing wide. Oh, those trees are packed pretty tight. If I come all the way around here, maybe this is a thin patch coming around that way. Okay, I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna take a look. So I'm gonna go to that first marker. Assuming those trees stay as thick as they look, we are gonna see if maybe that is the secret sauce. Oh man, they heard me. There's a little bit of sunlight poking out. Still gonna have to turn my nose up this way. Oh, stupid Maine, there's a lot of trees. There's kind of a partial path right there. Let me see what I got. Since I got 120 extra liters of fuel, I'm good on the gasolines. Oh, hey, here's a little break. I'm not turning, but that's hardly unheard of in this truck. Okay, we're going for it. I'm actually up above. You know what, being above might actually be safer. If I can get up above, That might allow me to turn and point straight out. Wow, I got the parking brake on and I'm still rolling. This is not a good sign. Okay. Everybody hang on a second. Let's go reevaluate. How are we looking now? Let me clean out that path. We don't need that path anymore. Let me clean out the black box because it's in the way. That's a pretty thick line there. Dropping onto those rocks and coming across, I think, is the proposed way. Oh man, I'm gonna end up sideways. And this is a bad, bad spot to want to go flipping. Sometimes what we get and what we want aren't the same thing though. Okay, I'm gonna winch onto you. Hold me. I think this is okay. If this tree would just lie down. No, damn. Okay, we got turned around. Next step. Let me do a little safety winching here. Oops, yeah, you tried to just take off and go wherever you felt like. Okay, don't go falling there. Oh, nope. I said don't do that. I said don't do it. Okay, I got some momentary safety. And by safety, I mean as unsafe as you could possibly be. Oh man, I wish I had a train, because this is a good looking wreck. Oh man, if you would hold me. Nope, you've already let go. I didn't even put, oh no, okay. It just put me into re-winched category. Okay, I'm not upside down. No, this is almost looking hopeful. Let's reconnect you over there. Give us a pull. I haven't even opened the tower, but I'm still declaring victory. In fact, I'm going to take a quick victory swig of my probably by now cold coffee. It's a little above room temperature. That'll do. That'll do. And now I have to drive over this really sharp axe in order to activate the tower. Woo! New objective discovered. Workhorse. Well, I like the sound of it at least. Okay, there's North Landside. I already knew that. Workhorse. Just kind of sitting out in the... Oh, is there a vehicle right there? Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking about... Ooh, I want that map back. I was thinking about doing a recovery, but if I can get back down there... Find a new vehicle. Ooh, there's another source of, I'm going to assume on this map, metal framing. How the... Oh, okay, I guess you do lots of around stuff there. Oh, I suppose I should go see it just so it registers the fact that it's got some metal beams, just in case I need that many. Oh, hey, apparently Workhorse is going to want me to go over there. Oh my god, how am I going to cross that river? That's a phrase that's come up quite a few times here in Maine. Oh my god, how am I going to get across that river? Oh, there's another building over there. Oh, man. Okay, well, if I can do it. We're going to do some sort of crazy mess like that. Okay. That'll go show me the pieces that I want to go take a look at. That doesn't have anything. That building I actually couldn't get to. The muck was so bad right down here up on the high side that I just gave up, but I think opening that tower exposed that it had metal framing. That house I went by and it had nothing. I think to get to that frame I have to come in from the bottom side. Okay, that is enough messing around. Is there actually a path down? Yeah, now that I've done this the hard way, is there just a path down over here? That would be just like me, but we'll go see. I'm going nice low gear here. Okay. Low minus is a little too low, so I'm just going to go straight low. I don't know that I would necessarily call this a path, but it is, well, actually, you know what? I think this was their intention. Okay, winching from the back end isn't going to help me. Oops, I need to go reverse a little bit. I need to go forward a little bit. Oops. I was definitely trying to go downhill much faster than would be advised normally. This is kind of what the mud flow on map 2 looks like. It is an unfriendly mess. Oh, hey everyone, it's okay, I found the road. This is where I'm going to be. There's at least a tiny bit of levelness up here. Where am I going? I'm going over here. I think the road goes high. So I'm going to start out up here. And then I am going to dip down. I can see the building. I'm going to stay away from the water over there as much as I can. See if I can just cut through some trees. This is a mashable. Oh, well, okay. I can go in this way, but I don't think I can come back out. Yeah, oh, excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Boom, made it. Okay, so yes, that is now salvageable for metal beams. What do we say about just going straight down this hill? Everything else has worked out to perfection. Oh, hey, it looks like Mother Nature has eroded a route down here for me. Wow, she saved me a lot of extra driving. That's a lot of pollution that just didn't have to happen. Oh, hey, look at that. That's not a great big truck with a trailer. It's a little crappy Chevy with a double wide. All I want right now is to get my front wheels into that yellow square. Oh God, it's not going to happen, is it? Welcome to the marsh. Let me point up here. I might have a little better grip up high where the truck is currently sitting. I just got to get far enough to trigger the box so I can push the X button. Come on, my nose is in it. Keep going. Oh, look at that. The low gear trick is going to work. Oh, phew. Our not-so-smart meteorologists went to check out an old hut that used to belong to the station and sank their working vehicle in the bog, breaking it in the process. Will you help us return the car and fix it? Absolutely, I will. So let me go ahead and start the tracking because I'm not doing another mission anyway. Where is the weather station? You know what? Time out. Let me stop that. Kill the engine. Save a little fuel. Oh, workhorse. What have you got for me? Oh yeah, that's right. I already looked. It needs to go back over there, doesn't it? So, step one. I want to get out of this bog. Ooh, this is gonna be a mess. I'm thinking I want to kind of work through the trees out this way. Maybe swing here. Because I'm looking at this going, all I have to do is cruise straight across, hook up the road down here, and boom, Bob's your uncle. I'm out. But let's be honest, this is SnowRunner. It's designed to lure you in. At the moment, I'm just a hint worried about getting out of this bog where I'm currently sitting. There's definitely dirt around, though. So I think if I can go ahead and pull out. There we go. Straighten. Okay, there's my wheels. This is unexpected. I'm connected at the back end, but it's pulling the front end around. Oh, there, and I just broke something. Okay, well, that's enough screwing around. Let's go ahead and fuel up. Tell you what, that Chevy is on its own for gas at the moment. Okay, you are connected. Oh, hey, look at that. I've already gotten back up online before I could go find that kid to report on my status. Oh yeah, we're pulling good over here, except that I'm steering the wrong direction. It's an okay horn. It's still pretty good. Yeah, it's certainly worth it, old bacon face. Okay, let's get this hooked back up, because I think we are actually going to go. Let's reel you in just a little bit. You know what, screw it. We'll just do it while we're on the move. Oh yeah, this is way easier than trying to move through the bog. Could probably have driven straight across the front of the office there and still made it out. Well, if all I have to do is deliver this, let me set out a quick plot. Drive past the party house, see what you people are trying to do. Connect up down here. And then, wow, where do I go from here? Let me go to that one right there. I think there's an island a little farther upstream. It might be passable. Let's go take a look. I got 205 liters worth of experimentation in me. And then if that fails, Actually, I probably got 190 liters of experimentation. And then if that fails, I'll have to do a quick recovery and then come back with somebody else to see if they can find the way through. I do enjoy the fact that there is so much less mud bog in this log station than you typically get in a SnowRunner level. Normally they like to pile on insult with injury. After fighting your way through one of these really remote logging stations, you then have to burn half of your fuel just trying to drag your ass around their 4-foot deep mud puddles. But that one just looked like some casual mud. So that looks like we're at Scout only. So if I need to bring a truck, when I need to bring a truck up to that log station, I will probably need to go around past the observatory. That's a good mental note to make, at least until I have forgotten it. Too much truck, you know it. It's enough to crush any stream. Although I think there are, what, 6 of us in that ATS convoy, and I don't think my stream broke. Honestly, I'm pretty sure it's just raw happenstance as to when Twitch decides that it's kind of done streaming for a moment. It's certainly frequent enough that they have an option you can turn on that says, hey, you know what? Give me the not like this kid for 90 seconds in order to give me time to get back online. So how's the snow and mud up here? Ooh, running like a champ up here. We don't need to mess with that gross water and wet dirt down there. We just drive on the hard water. Bounce, 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 bounce. Oh. No one look at that Chevy. It was fine. I found it up that way, standing upright on its tailgate. I'm fascinated that it didn't show me the "you're doing damage" icons like it normally does for that kind of thing. Maybe the Chevy's designed for that. Let's see, for record keeping purposes, I actually only used the monster Zix once in Dawn. There's one mission where you have to pull one of those giant, super massive, extra heavy trailers with the stupid stubby legs and the real high cargo level. And I pulled it most of the way with the Taiga, but I decided, hey, look, there's a shortcut I can take through the woods, and that was just as bad as it sounds. I did manage to get myself backed out of where it was stuck, and I figured, okay, I will just take this one road that goes around the long way. But the road had a real sharp crown, so you couldn't pull it more than about 1.5 inches at a time before the stubby legs would get stuck, and the Taiga just didn't have the grip to get her done. So I called in the beefy boy, the Zix, pulled it right over the top of that hill, took it the rest of the way because it turns out there were actually a couple more hills sort of like that even the Zix had to do a little bit of winching to get it through. And so that was half a mission there, and then there just happened to be a mission that started right where you drop that trailer off, so as long as the Zix was sitting there, I used it to grab the other trailer and drag it to a convenient point where I could come get it with a different truck. So far, I haven't used the Zix at all on this map either. But depending on how these crossings go, eventually I figure there's going to come something that I'm going to need to use it for. Now, this is a good sign. There's the damage icons. So I can get me to here. Okay, I got the autonomous winch, so it's not going to let go of the truck in the rapids here. So, now, at this point, I want to get over there, but I'm a little unclear just how deep this is. The animation of the water is telling you how much force it's actually going to apply to trying to wash that truck downstream. I'm a little nervous that this thing, A, is going to drown, and B, we're all going to get washed downstream, and I think there's a waterfall right down there, which might even be a worse thing. Especially for that pickup. But you know how we find out how bad this is? Actually, you know what? There's almost a responsible way to do this. Because I see some logs over there. If I throw myself out and I start taking some engine damage, but I can reach one of those logs, I can pull myself up the other side real quick. I might survive it. Nothing ventured, nothing lost to the waterfall. You know, that's exactly what was going through my head here. Okay, we're going. We're going. We're going. Here we are. We're going. Oh God. Oh God, it's deep. Oh God, we're taking damage. Oh God. Okay, abandon the truck. Abandon the pickup. Abandon the pickup. Okay, we made it here. Here's the scary part. Oh, no. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. We went truck fishing. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you for the immortal words of support there, Old Bacon Face. Obviously, you've played this before. You know exactly how that was supposed to work. I think this is where I'm supposed to get the little trailer thing that I've got. I only lost 75% of my engine doing this. Oh, that's where he wants to go. Okay. That's okay. I wasn't using that part of the engine anyway. So an actual truck probably would have cleared that okay. Any kind of truck with a snorkel, I'm pretty sure would have done that just fine. So note to self, just don't use this one for that kind of thing. Luckily for that other mission back there where I had to drop off the scout trailer, this can't pull the scout trailer. Well, it can drag it along behind it on the winch, but it can't, I don't think it can deliver it. No, because you have to park it in place, you have to use the delivery mechanism to drop it off, and you have to be attached like an actual trailer for that to happen. So, I think this is just Workhorse again. Yep, already in place. Oh yeah, the weather people always use this model. Hey, I found your truck. It's a little wet. Wait, stage complete. I do have to fix it. Damn it. Okay. I don't think I have any repair points left. No. Oh wait, that's my truck. I need to look at it. It has all of its wheels. That's all I can repair. Oh, the gas tank is almost completely ruptured, so there's no point in me putting any of my fuel in it because it's just going to leak out. I don't even have the 83 points. Oh. Yeah, that's almost disappointing, except that I can get a repair truck back in here real easy. Since my repair trucks all have snorkels. That's just going to have to do. And as long as He has gas. I should probably just go ahead and do a straight up recover. What? There's a log station down there. What? So is there someplace else that you can ford the river down there? Or do you actually have to drive all of this? Oh my God. Maybe back over here. Okay, before I do a simple recovery, always be snorkeling. 100%. Those are words to live by in this game. Especially here in Maine. There's actually more river than I've seen in a bunch of the previous maps. Let me take a quick tour around since I've still got some spare fuel and the engine isn't conking out yet. Let me go see how one might go about accessing this other log station. Just in case, perhaps, that might somehow work out to be a little more convenient for some people. Wow, there is 2-track down there. Someone seems to think this is an idea. Interesting. That makes me want to think they would like for you to cross here. There's no way most of the trucks, any of the trucks I've got are going over all those giant boulders. But maybe there's a shallow-ish path. I don't know, I'm a little dubious about that. I know this truck isn't going to survive crossing back that way, but let's see if I can get back up on top of this stuff. It'd be nice if I could at least get down to that logging station. Keep climbing, keep climbing. Oops, not into that tree though. Climb just a little bit less. Okay, well, I kind of got up here. This is not a logging truck route, though. There is no way I'd even be able to get down that with a truck full of logs. This is clearly what they pretend to have been the road, though. Maybe logging trucks are supposed to just churn up the river? It's a scary thought, but maybe. Maybe the weird, crazy Forester logging truck that I got is especially rigged for that kind of thing, maybe. Or maybe there's one more shot at a river crossing down here closer to this actual station. Okay, what do you carry? Long, medium, short logs. Just the logs. No, I don't see any activation points for the planks on this one. This one, the road definitely goes right over here into the water, though. So this is worth knowing that there is some vague concept of a ford right here. Where am I? Okay, so it's just south? Yeah, just south of that snowbank. Do you then follow the shore on the other side? Okay, welcome to the Bad Ideas Department. I will be your guide. Let's see how things go over to here. Oh, ho, 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 ho! Look at us, we've made it. Okay, so that's our Tattaran crossing point. And we have gleaned valuable knowledge off of this trip. Oh, there's an adorable little 100% guaranteed safe bridge over here. Do we cut right up like that? Oh, look, a guaranteed safe, adorable bridge with a tree falling over it. Can I get past the tree? Yes, I got past the tree. Oh, wow, the road actually goes for a ways up here along the high shoreline. And yes, it does connect back up over this way. Oh, hey, that actually makes that a viable logging station. Excellent news. Could those trees really support the weight of that rig? Trees in this game can't support the weight of anything, and yet they do. There are a few of the like aspen-sized trees that are actually tough enough that they would prevent something small like this Tataran from plowing through them, but you can mow them down with the bigger trucks. Everything else, though, either instantly pulls out if you try to winch off of it, or it is the immovable object, one way or the other. Those large trees that start lying down and have a lot of branches, they are designed to be unbreakable and randomly difficult to get over, on, or around. Sometimes they will just grab pieces of your truck so that you can't get around them, and sometimes they let you drive right over the top. They're jerks. Yes, they are super trees. The kind that can sometimes be crushed down, Miss Silvermoon refers to as bendy trees. And then the super weak trees are the, oh, just winch onto something trees. Wow, I'm going to actually have to pick a mission. Oh, hey, look, there's one of them oil barrels. Is that one of those that the party people screwed up and let go? Was theirs big mistake? Yes. Where do the oil barrels live? Oh, and the oil barrels are on 2 different coasts. That will also be important to keep in mind. For that, I could bring just a truck with a 2-slot bed and a crane. I wouldn't have to bring a trailer. I'm going to keep that in mind. Mistakes of others. This is, oh my God. This is the radioactive material that they have sprinkled, not just all over the river, but 3 of them are sprinkled right here in town. No wonder everyone in town now has 3 arms and 4 eyes. And then these 2 containers are actually in places that I haven't even tried driving to yet, although I'm going to bet there's some land bridging you could do right there for that one. And if you can get, well, yeah, I have been over here, because that's how I discovered this gateway is blocked from the other side. You can get to here. There's probably a ford right there, I'm going to guess. That one's doable, but that's, oh boy, that's going to be a bunch of work. The trailer that only, you start way back down south in town that you need to get to the pier, that you need to get to that house. I got to that point. This is the point where I'm probably going to need the Zix to get through this stuff. Because I think I was pulling with the Azov, which has pretty good mud tires. It couldn't get through there. So I may need the big boy to pull me through that. Because actually, yeah, the Taiga, oh, the Taiga's sitting right there. I could maybe give it another shot with the Taiga without, did I try it? I got it here pulling the 2-slot dolly trailer behind this 5-slot trailer. I'm pretty sure I disconnected this one, connected that one up as a real trailer rather than winching it. And I'm pretty sure I was still unable to beat the current. I couldn't get to this center island. I think if I could get there, I could have gotten the rest of the way. But there was nothing to winch onto right there. So I tell you what, you should have enough fuel. 15%. Ooh, yeah, he's low, all right. This guy is going to need someone to come over and rescue him anyway. let me go ahead and ditch the trailer. We'll come back for you later. Let me come over here and take a quick preview at how things were going. So yeah, I backed him up and I parked him here. It's somewhat dry. I think I got out to here. And then there was nothing. Yeah, there's nothing to winch on there. And you can see the current's already the current's already grabbed the front end of the truck. It even dropped it down towards snorkel level. That's a little scary. Ooh, that one's going to take a little puzzling. I don't know if there's some other forward location, if there's a magic path maybe I gotta follow that doesn't go up along that center island. Maybe the center island is designed to lure me into a false sense of security and then drown me before I can get to it. They've definitely proven through the various seasons that they've caught on to the way some people play their game. They actually work to counter that. The most recent release is Season 8, the Glades. This was Season 6. So they've definitely seen a lot of people do a lot of things by this point. Where's the twin steer? Okay, I got the twin steer just hanging out in case I find a use for it later. Let's see, the Tataran. Oh no, that's the truck I gotta mess with. That's the Tataran sitting right there. I don't think there's anything else he can do over here. So let me go grab the Tataran. We are gonna do a quick recover to get him back to the garage. So my garage is all open and pretty. These slots were all filled with detritus except for the number 1. Oh, hey, there's my fancy new logging truck. It suffered a little damage, so it's a little beat up. That's the way I found it. And so I probably need to take it out of the garage here, fix it up a little bit. I can put it back. Hey, you know what? As long as I'm here. This thing looks crazy. It's got an okay horn. Here's my repair trailer. I love that it's hinged. I don't think... No, I can't... Gotta figure out how do I want to make this back up. So, oh, okay, he can connect up. So let me see. What do we need in terms of repair? He's actually undamaged. But wow, he is severely wrinkled up, though. Refueled. He's only down 2 liters of fuel. So why you so messed up? The rims. If I'm gonna hold on to him, I got to color code him with the rest of my company. Rims are the only 2 choices you got there. Just in case I'm going to use them, I'm going to go ahead and beef him up. It's only got stock, but the stock is already pretty high. He has got the number 2 mud tires, which are usually better in the mud than the number 3s. Let's give him the advanced winch. He's got an engageable diff lock. He's got the crane, and so then you can configure him by default. He'll carry around short logs. You can add that bad boy on and you can do medium logs. And I think initially I'm going to want to do some medium logging. Let's see, did painting fix him up? No, he's just feeling rough, I guess. Well, okay, you can sit there for a while. How are you doing, Azov? Oh, let me... Nope. I have access to the truck store, but that's not who I need just right now. He definitely needs to be not just refueled, but he desperately needs some repair before I accidentally try driving him around later on. He cannot connect up to that trailer, so he cannot repair himself. But I can refuel off of this trailer. Oh, hey, I'm going to have to go redo that trailer. Let's see, the Scout can't connect to that. This is kind of funny, but I guess I can bring the Forester back out. Can he take a trailer? I don't see a hitch. Oh, here's how I find out. No, he cannot take a trailer. No one else is just around. Man, even this I've managed to make hard for myself. So, back down to the garage. The Azov has that long bed hanging off the end. It can't take a trailer, so I'm actually I'm going to have to use the foresting truck in order to do the repairs. Oh man, he doesn't have any beacon lights though. I don't know if I can use this truck in real world application. No beacons, no safety. Okay, the really good news. Oh, okay, the really good news is that they put the trailer point at the back end of the extension, so it can still connect this way. Service trailer, I'm all prepared, but oh boy, the Tataran needs some help. Okay, we're both good. Let me put you back where you came from. Detach, recover, because we don't need you just sitting around the yard. Let me go back. Oh, you know what? Let me go back to the twos because I forgot to refuel the roof rack. Okay, now that trailer is empty. Oh, hey, Scott, you have arrived. Welcome to your first time chat. Not in that truck. You do not want to do logging. Oh my God, you were telling me. It just happened to be the most convenient thing I had lying around here that could actually connect to that repair trailer. I haven't sold it yet just because I'm in Maine. So I'm going to hold on to it for a moment, but it's going to sit in the garage and it's going to wait its turn if ever. I got to decide what it is that I'm looking at next. I do need to keep in mind that I can't restore the repair or the tire facility in the Tataran. I can only refuel it. Let's see. I need a repair and refuel mission back over to that workhorse. It's an annoying bit of driving, but not as annoying as when I had to go to the other map in order to get there first. I do need to remember, so I need to get to that point. And then I can cross over, or I can come all the way north. I gotta go all the way north. Because there's no way I'm getting an actual truck to go up or down that bizarre rock wall thing. Okay, so that is set. One long plank. Where did the other... Is this long station, is that the one that had the long planks? No, that's not the one that had them. Maybe that was the other map. There's one of these logging stations actually had long planks, which was kind of wild. You know what I should do? I should flip over to the Yellow Rock National Forest. Make a quick check on one of these. Who had it? That one had the planks that I could use to repair part of that blockage. Nope, wasn't that one. Yep, okay, well this is what we're going with. Let me go back into the garage because that's where I've got the Azov sitting. I have restored the ability to custom. Oh no, not you. To customize. You're a map spinning type of guy. It makes me these. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I do that. Especially while I'm driving. Then I'll get the whole view going like crazy. I guess my brain is seeing from the map, from the bird's eye view, the map I happen to be looking at the time, and I will crank things around to get the perspective that I'm expecting to see. Start before I can turn on the beacons. Beacons for safety. Let's roll. Let's roll slowly. Oh. Okay. This is going to be a slightly multi-step process because we only have 5 liters of fuel left. 4. You just have to make it to the store. I'm going out to the store for some carton of smokes and some milk. I'll be back, kid. Don't worry. Oop, wrong button. Fuel carrier, welcome. No, Twin Steer, I don't care about you. You served your purpose earlier, Twin Steer. There we go. I'm actually going to leave that trailer as is because I actually need that trailer right now since I've drained the other one. And we're rolling again. Off we go. Ideally, need to do access to civilization. Yeah, I know. I actually haven't managed to fight my way over to that other side of the gateway yet. I ran into a patch of the breakthrough ice, and whatever I was driving at the time broke through, and that's where it stuck. So I'm picking up a couple of these other missions just because I've seen them and they have some visual appeal to me on the way here, so I can explore some other bits and pieces of the map. But yeah, that one is definitely a priority mission. Fun story, as long as I got some driving to do here. There is a mission in town here where a guy has apparently accidentally driven his Dawn off the side of the pier and into the water. And he wants you to pull it all the way back over to the other side of the map, almost right where I'm going right now. Which means this would have been the perfect opportunity for me to swing by, grab it with this truck, drag it over, boom, 2 birds, 1 stone. Unfortunately, at the time I found that mission, I'd said, yeah, sure, let's start working on it. I grabbed it with the Tataran and I just dragged it along behind me as I was doing my exploration, figuring, sooner or later I'd figure out how to get over there. I was pretty sure at that point that there were going to be multiple gateway crossings required in order to get up onto that high plateau. So I was prepared to have to go over and come back. What I had not expected is that there was going to be a repair mission involved in getting that second gateway open. So as I hit that, I ran into the problem where I wasn't positive just which gateway was going to go to which location. So I thought, hey, I tell you what, let me go ahead and I'm just going to try dragging it over to the other gateway see if it's open, because I hadn't read through the other mission that clearly would have told me that the other one needed repairs too. And that's when I got into that breakthrough ice, so I think I have the Dawn sitting in the middle of that breakthrough ice, just waiting for someone to come rescue it. And then I got to drag it all the way back onto this map. So yeah, that one is not happening yet. Oh, I'm in a low gear, no wonder I'm so slow. So that one is going to be one of those, I'm sitting around off stream. Maybe I can go do something real quick to entertain myself kind of deals. Or maybe it'll be one of those, I'm in the neighborhood doing a different mission. Maybe it'll be convenient kind of things. Which is distressing to the anal compulsion, because I definitely, that's such an easy one to get crossed off the list. But I made it 4 times as much driving as it really would need to be otherwise. And because I'm in normal mode and I've got this gas station working, there's no harm in making sure that I am full of fuel, because apparently I'm going to need at least 72 liters remaining when I get over there in order to fuel up that pickup. Honk honk, we're coming. And of course, now that I've done all of that, the road over here I've gotten opened, so I wouldn't strictly need to go the other side. You know, honestly, what I should probably do is just use a mission restart and drive back down to the pier, restart the mission so it brings the Dawn back for me. You know what? I'm going to do that. Since I have said the words, which one? Oh yeah, very strange things. Yep, he wants me to go there. I want to go right there, which is right next door. You know what, screw it. I've already gotten this far. Let's just keep going. I will have other reasons to be down by the pier later on, so. But yeah, that I think is going to be the most efficient use of personal time and trying to get that mission completed. Even at the time, I thought, why am I dragging this thing around? I'm just going to leave it until I know how to get there, but it was fun. The Tataran was doing pretty well up until that point in exploring that snow. Stupid snow. I thought I was done with snow after a more. Yeah, you know, this is on the list. I don't know that I have a ton of reason why I'd want to use this particular route over here yet, so I'm not gonna. That falls into the quest for 100% category. That access to civilization contract to get gateway number 3 open is definitely higher priority. If I recall, that one requires 4 metal beams. So I am going to need to go house shopping so I can steal a bunch of those beams. But realistically, before that, I need to finish figuring out how to get there in the first place. Because there's one route that follows the river, but it's following it into darkness at the moment. Because the watchtower, there's a watchtower kind of associated with it, but it sits over there as well. So there's one route that follows the river that threatens to be deep and nasty. And then there's the other route that goes around the long side of the map, but it's mostly paved except for the break ice section. So I gotta find one way or the other to get around there. Sawmill missions are the priority to get completed, as that gets you, oh, Daddy Taiga. Okay, yeah, well, fortunately, well, yeah, like I said earlier, I only broke out the Zix once in Dawn, and I'm considering it for one river crossing over here, but that may be the Daddy Taiga role. I don't know, that one involved logging, so I was pushing that back a little bit first. But as I understand it, Scott is the one who gets in trouble for being too quick and efficient in this game. I haven't seen it, but I have heard people complain because you know how people love to complain. But I'm definitely in favor. This is the perfect level of bonus pointer for working on some of these maps. I have been avoiding, especially on this Moon stream, mentioning any of the, we'll call them special mechanics that come with Maine, because I actually think some of that, you know, surprisingly verges into spoiler territory. But I was very excited to find it, and holy crap, that would have been a much bigger thing if I was playing in hard mode. But even without hard mode, it still has affected the way that I play the game. I definitely have an appreciation for that. Let's see, the login for that task is so close to Sawmill and pretty straightforward. Oh, okay, well that's good. We may bump that up in priority then. So is that Sawmill on the Yellow Rock map then? Or what is that facility that's right across the chasm from the starting garage? I may be confusing those two in Meheed. Have you spotted any Yeti? I think there's a fisherman on this map that you can spot. I've definitely found bears on a couple of the others. Wait, do I really want to do this here? No, I didn't want to do this here. I should have cleared that waypoint. I need to go farther upstream. I need to cross in the Tataran drowning zone. I'm sorry, the Tataran near drowning zone. Because especially with this high profile here, I don't want to try messing around with that rock climb. The Sawmill is area after the broken bridge next to the... Oh, okay. Okay, good. That is the one that I was thinking of. I didn't think that the logging stuff was particularly convenient, though I've done enough extra missions that perhaps it is now. Let me get this one done, and I'm going to go take a look at what all is involved in that. Because that one definitely had a whole bunch of stuff. I like the, building the infrastructure bit by bit and actually seeing the results as you go. The neon lights coming on of the completed buildings in the garage has been a nice addition to the game. I would not object if they did a little more of that in year 3. Oops, don't fall in there. Okay, thank you. I'm trying to remember where it is I'm supposed to go around some of these roads. I only gained access to this upper level last night when I was playing some. So the one thing that I picked up very quickly is that they put in a ton of little tiny roads. The kind that don't even show up as roads on the map. So until I've driven it a little bit more, I have a very distinct potential for managing to actually get myself lost up here. Which is also kind of a fun twist. Oop. Okay, I bent that tree too much. Sorry, tree. There you go. I'm going to stand it right back up. No one will even know. You look fine. And sploosh. And a little farther into the water than I planned. Are your wheels still turning? I don't know, because it's SnowRunner and it's dark. They auto winch is a waste of time. There we go, back over here. Issue with me is that oh yeah. Scout first, I gotta stop before I flip. Scout first, then look at what needs doing and work out the most economical way of doing things rather than just yeeting it. I lean that direction, but then sometimes I see one of these tasks that just has a certain level of appeal to me. And so yeet I go. This one in particular, this workhorse mission, I was just not expecting to find the source of this mission up where I was looking at the time when I was going for that watchtower. And then the Tataran managed to just barely ford that river before destroying its own engine. I was super excited. I managed to get it over there with that truck. And then it hit me with the, oh yeah, by the way, did we mention you actually have to apply the repair points? And I was actually out of repair points, although the Tataran doesn't carry enough to fix it all anyway. Oops, back to auto. So that just stuck it in my head. I got this mission started, so damn it, I'm going to see it through. Most of my other planning on the earlier season maps is I like to go through and I like to do the tasks first. Because in the earlier seasons, the infrastructure repair was predominantly done just through the tasks. Here in these later seasons, they have definitely gotten them mixed in with the contracts as well. So now I'm doing more of a mix, but I would go through, I would try to do all of the tasks first, then I would come back through and do all of the contracts, and then I would hit up and force myself to go through all those stupid contests. After unlocking some of the better vehicles that could actually manage these contests, that water is so deep. Oh no, oh no. Oh, son of a... The Tataran was low profile, so it didn't have the same problem with this. So I didn't even think about the water. Grab and hold. Here we go. Congratulations, everyone. I've managed to hit the flip button today after all. I don't know, it looks pretty stable right there. The big question is, do I invest the time and bring in a rescue vehicle to stand it upright so that I can finish this mission? Or do I just go ahead, do the simple recovery, and come back and work on this one later? You know what? Let's see, I've actually managed to stream for a little longer than my usual here. I gotta decide, do I just cancel this? Or, yeah, before I do anything else, let me come take a look at the sawmill. Obviously, I haven't even started the sawmill stuff. Where are the cabins? So there's the cabin zone. I didn't have access to the cabin zone before. So that was, well, the cabin construction site, excuse me. I had access to the zone, but I didn't have access to the actual cabins. So I've got, there's 4 metal beams, handy as you please. I've got 2 cement there. I've got 4 cement over there, so I've got enough cement on this map at least. Oh, and I've got unlimited cement there. Oh, nice. There's an actual shortcut from the garage to that recovery. I think the answer may actually be no, unless there's... Well, eventually there's going to be this path over here, but I got to clear that landslide. So if there's something that runs up straight through the middle, I would love to know what that is, because I've poked and I've prodded all around through here, and I haven't found something. Looks like maybe there's the path over here. That looks a little too scary. But no, so far, until clearing the landslide down there, I didn't discover this until I'd finally cleared that gateway. So yeah, I would be more than happy if you've got the secret route to know what that shortcut is, because that would save me a ton of wasteful driving. Maybe something up through here? Well, anyway, I'll let you work through that. Let me take a look at all of my other points here. So I got the cement, so I could get to that. That one's accessible at least. Do we still have... I've still got 2 concrete slabs left over there. Okay, that's doable. The metal beams just need a little bit of harvesting. That's not so bad. So I can do all of those. Cabins I'm going to have to build. And what are those? A cargo container plus metal beams? Is that what these things are built from? Does anyone ever? I don't remember what all of those are. So no, actually it's not too tough to work through. Because I think the cargo containers are over here, yeah. Cargo containers. Oh, hey, that's got the extra consumables that I'm eventually going to need for one of these other missions. That one even has a couple of beams lying around. Very strange things. You know what? Can I... Very strange things. If I start tracking, can I reset it? No, I'm going to actually have to go over there to reset it. That's a bit of a bummer. What do you carry? Planks and extra parts. Let's see then. You know what? If he's out, I got a truck sitting almost right there at the cement, but that truck needs fuel. I need to get a fuel mule over there. I got the trailers, but nobody's sitting there. You know what? I'm going to have to do a little bit of strategic planning here to decide what makes the most sense to do in what order next. So I'm getting close to 6 o'clock, and there's actually an Avalanche game about to start up anyway. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call it there for the evening. Pick up some more on Saturday. I'll definitely be back to do some more. I haven't decided what I'm going to do on Saturday yet, but then I'll come back next Wednesday and see where I've gotten here. Oh, hey, when you come out of the garage, exit near the broken bridge, go under the broken bridge and around to a house behind the garage. There's a task to drop them wooden planks near the pier. Or are you talking about the, where did I just do the landslide right there? I've got that one cleared. That's how I just got back up there. But if there's something over here, okay, let's see. Oh, okay, I stay here, but I forgot to go back to this view. Okay, we're going to pop back over here real quick. Leave the garage, exit near the broken bridge right here. So I've taken this little path that connects up over here. Go under the broken bridge and around to a house behind the garage. So if it's one of these two here... well, the Afghan doesn't start for another 10 minutes, so I got time. I got plenty of time. There is a path that runs up through the trees over here. Okay, I did some poking and some prodding looking for it before. I didn't see anything casually, but you know, it's SnowRunner, so it was dark when I was doing it. Near the pier, there's a 5-slot trailer. Well, I picked up the 5-slot trailer. It's actually sitting... It's sitting over here with, I guess we're going to call it the Mama Taiga. So yeah, it's over here right next to the cement. So that's actually in good position for dealing with this thing. Yeah, because it had a bunch of wooden planks sitting on it, as I recall. So I got those delivered. Picked up some more paints, did the repair. So that stuff fixed. But I'm going to go look for the shortcut over here, because that would save a ton of extra driving time. It saved a ton opening this rock slide down here, not having to go to the other map. But that would be insanely convenient to be able to come back here. So thank you. Perfect tip. Come back to the face cam. I'm going to give that a shot. I'm going to do a little more kind of restructuring to get the things where I need them to be before I come back. Do a little more streaming then. In the meantime, thank you very much for coming along. Let me take a look to see who is open for rating today. I'm already looking a little light in the regulars. So let me take a peek over here on my secondary machine. I love that Twitch gives me the nice convenient raid button, but then it only shows me 4 people. Oh, Scott, thank you very much for the follow. Perfect way to wrap up the day here. Let me get over to here. Oh, here's my list of people. Wow, I do not have a whole lot of people streaming out right now. So let's see. Let me go to my category list. Is there anyone that I would just randomly drop in on doing a SnowRunner stream? There's one titled, "Oh no, my truck flipped again." You know it's a good sign when that's the stream title. Lake Cove in Hardcore. Hey, you know what? Here we go. This is the way we should go. Let me click the button. And let's go take a look at Old Man Shorty. He's not actually playing SnowRunner, but he's doing some of his own things, playing some Satisfactory, it looks like. We'll just pop in, have a quick wave, stick around, don't stick around, whatever. You're adults, you can do whatever you want. Unless you're not an adult, then you have to do whatever an adult tells you. That's how this works. It's the law. So thanks for coming. We'll see you all next time.